From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
You're a beautiful
It's Tuesday, December 4th, 2018, and it's the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and here with me in our chilly Orlando studios, on the ones and twos, our illustrious engineer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
On the Skype line from up the road in Gainesville, Florida, Big Cat, Eddie Koffoltz.
Do you just not have heat in the studio? Is that the problem? Because it's chilly in Gainesville. I'm inside, heater's on, totally comfortable.
Oh no, I dropped the temperature. I mean, I want the inside to be as cold as the outside because we have so few days where it's not balmy and in the 80s.
Yeah. I get that. I light a fire immediately, and
it's
I'm like,
literally it's like 58 outside. It's gonna be 58 inside, and we're lighting a fire. So
sure. Light a fire in my soul. I'll play that on guitar.
I think it's a Hillsong song. Yeah.
Can't wait for the live show, Eddie.
On the Skype line from Nashville, Tennessee, Tyler Huckabee.
Hello, Christmas elves.
And just down the street, the grand Christmas elf, author, speaker, podcaster, Annie F. Downs.
Good morning, gents.
The grand Christmas elf. Isn't that Santa Claus?
Christmas elf.
That's true.
So
He's an elf.
Isn't that Santa?
If listeners are wondering where's Jesse, we told you about it last week. We are letting him have a holiday vacation, a holiday sabbatical from the show. He will be back soon.
Jesse gets a vacation once every 15 years.
That's right.
It was written in the contract.
He gets a couple weeks off, and I got to tell you, I listened back to the show.
Yeah.
I like being arrogant and about my own abilities here on the show. Not the same without Jesse. I can't wait for him to come back. He'll be back.
Well, we have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, we talk to, I don't know, you might have heard of her, Lauren Daigle. Lauren Daigle's joining us. She's on the cover of the new issue of Relevant and, I don't know, making a little bit of waves with her new album. So that interview is coming up later on the show.
I think that I like to think that Jesse's out there listening to the show right now. I'm talking about him like he's dead. He's not dead. I like to think he's
dead.
listening
Dear
to
everyone, we're not keeping a secret from you. He's not dead.
Podcast studio in the sky.
That great big Loverland in the sky.
Jesse's looking down on us just watching the show.
Jesse's been looking down on me since I started this. That's part of the
That's
problem.
not true.
There's the joke. Well done.
Have you guys noticed on Twitter that people have commented that when Jesse's not on the show, it's way shorter?
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, I've actually noticed it too. I think it's because Jesse. Here's one thing that Jesse would bring in is Jesse brings in is he takes the stories that for most people would be like, here's a funny thing that happened to me. 20 seconds, it happened to me earlier today. This happened, and it was done. And I've always admired people who are able to take those stories and spin like these whole fables, these Tolkien epics out of those, because I feel like I can't do that without losing the audience. You're like, we get it. All right, wrap it up, Huckabee. Probably like you're thinking
and
right now.
By audience, you mean your friends. You lose all of us.
Yeah, but Jesse, some other like really good storytellers, they take those minute moments and they just weave worlds out of them. Like it becomes the whole cinematic universe where you're bringing in side characters and subplots. I can't do that.
And I got to just say, Jesse just talks a lot. Like I was on the phone with him the other night, and even in real life, not like podcast life, like in real life, I just found myself going, he's really giving a very long answer. And it's all very interesting.
He doesn't have an outlet right now. Like, think about it. I feel so bad for his friends and family that cooped up talking. He doesn't have a 2.5 hour, it's a kettle. He's a teapot, and the steam needs to escape somehow. Right. And then he gets you on the phone and you're basically having a podcast episode. So
when he comes back, it's going to be like 4-hour episodes for the first month because he's just going to
have so many stories. He's going to have so many new extravagant mind travels to tell us.
YouTube videos and things and dangerous stunts he's seen that he's got to try.
Oh no.
His brain is one of my favorites on the planet.
You guys know that friend, and we all have that friend who they talk a lot, but it's not interesting. Like they just keep, they tell the story and you're like, oh no. Like you'll see them like calling you on the phone. And you're like, I just don't have the bandwidth right now. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to send this one to voicemail.
What's the word people said before bandwidth? Because bandwidth is a technological term that we say now that makes sense. But in the 70s, what did they say when they didn't have the what?
Fuel in the tank?
Capacity.
Capacity. Okay. I need both the strings to not say it like I'm an idiot. That's a legitimate question.
You're the writer.
But I wasn't in 1971.
That's true.
The whole time I've been writing, there's been bandwidth.
Annie's just sitting at her computer trying to think of another word for bandwidth.
On my mid-60s novel I'm working on.
That would be a great turn of your whole career if your next book was just a fiction book set in the early 70s. Everybody's like, why are you continuing to use the word bandwidth? It wasn't even available during this time.
I'm ready for Annie to make her transition to fiction. I think fiction is I think there's a lot of material there for you. There's a lot of untold stories. And I think that you are the woman to revitalize the Christian colonial romance novel.
Oh yes.
It needs a shot in the arm. I think it's been trailing. I don't have any numbers on this.
You know what it is?
Right.
I got it. She's got a love for Scotland. Just move the Amish over to Scotland. There you go.
Oh, like these little Scottish Latin, these like gingham blue dresses, and they meet some they're famished, and they meet some rich guy
Scottish
who's not
Amish.
a Christian, and he's engaged to a terrible woman like who's just in it for the money.
So should I write? It sounds like you want me to write Hallmark movies.
Well, yeah, but there's like a Christian element to it. Obviously, you're not changing publishers here. Let's be real. Like you got to think about the bottom line.
Yeah, you got an audience. Yeah.
Okay, great. I mean, I'm all for it. I've got a novel outlined on my wall, by the way, just so y'all know.
Do you really?
100 Days to Passion. That's what it's called.
Oh my gosh. Man, I can't, but I want to.
Very short engagement.
Eddie, I was going to say, Eddie, and your 100 Days to Passion, that just sounds like a very short engagement. It's 100 days till the wedding night. Is that what you're saying?
Hi-oh. I'm not going to respect It's
like
just
that
you
math.
guys.
Read the book and you'll find
This
out.
is the joke
Annie's
as far
novel.
as I can take it.
Yeah,
This is Annie's
that's how I feel
novel.
too.
And Annie, I really want you to write everybody. I want you to write phonetically the Scottish accent and all the dialogue.
Sure.
Like don't leave it up to the reader's imagination. Just put in a lot of like 4 R's in a row
Draw
for the
out the
Scottish
R's, draw out
brag,
the
like to
U's.
roll the
Okay.
R's.
Great.
I think that I'm giving away all my good ideas here, but I trust you to take
Which I
it over to the
appreciate.
finish
Yeah,
line.
thank
I'm
you.
the idea guy. You're
Yeah.
the actual like
I'll
boots
just
on the
give you
ground.
a cut, like you're my agent. I'll just give you a little cut. And by cut, I mean like $1.
Well, it's half and half. I come up with the ideas, you write them out. I've already done half the work here.
Half and half. Interesting.
Get it over the finish line.
I think that's what Jerry Jenkins and Tim LaHaye did.
Yeah.
That's true, actually. And Jenkins was on the book.
Wait, one of them is the ideas guy and one of them is the writer guy?
Yeah, like Tim LaHaye was like the theology guy and Jerry Jenkins was the writer. I mean, he was a magazine
Okay,
editor.
Eddie, so you'll do the theology of 100 Days of Passion.
Yeah. I mean,
This is 3 names on the bottom of the book now. This is getting a little long. There's not room for cover art because we need that picture of the Scottish lass like carrying her bushel of thistles, or I don't know what this is in my department.
A bushel
and I
of
gotta tell
thistles.
you, I don't have a lot of reason behind this, but I sure would like to see Chandler's name on the book as well. I just feel like I'm willing to forego a little bit of cash just to have him be a part of this project.
Okay.
To see him on a panel having to talk about this book.
Yeah. Feels right.
Unspeakable joy.
Yeah. Done.
Chandler's like, I've never even been to Scotland.
I've
I don't
written
really.
so many books. I've never been on a panel over books. But this time, with 100 Days to Passion, the Scottish romance, Scottish Christian romance novel written by 4 of us, will for sure get us on a panel of some sort.
I mean, you're a great writer. I like your books. You know that. I'm a big fan of yours. But I don't know if any of your books have revitalized an entire genre up to this point.
Not yet.
So there's going to be a lot of panels here.
Yeah, you're right.
Why?
The panels
Annie-
are coming.
Annie, you're a writer in the Christian market. Why are there so many Amish prairie fiction books?
No idea.
I mean, like, what are they? I mean, are they love stories? Like,
yeah, they're all like love stories. Yeah, they're all like Amish fiction.
like
love
I was just,
stories.
I was at
better time.
I was
Hold
at the
on.
airport and it was
Are you
like,
for real?
They had one of those
Yes.
Yeah,
kiosks. Yeah, they had one of those kiosks and it said like inspiration, and it was like all the Christian books, and it was like you had your Joel Osteens and those,
Wait.
and then there were literally like 10
Yeah.
like thick paperback novels, like these romance novels, but they were
Yeah.
like all Amish people or prairie people and stuff.
Pretty sure our parents published some of those books.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God, I hope this is true. Is
I
this
don't
true,
think-
Cameron?
I don't know. I don't know what they do.
I'm pretty sure they do. Like, I'm pretty sure they have like an imprint that does the Amish thing.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that so
Annie,
much.
Annie, we got your Scottish Amish novel
yeah, we got
publisher.
I got a
We
publisher.
got a
Listen, I'll
platform for you.
I'll be in Orlando in just a few days. Can y'all just set up a quick
Set up a
meeting
little meet and
with the
greet.
publisher?
It's my happy duty to inform you all that Amazon has an entire category, Christian Amish romance.
Yes.
I am literally in it right now. I'm not believing I'm seeing.
I am deep.
I mean, it is like really a genre. It's probably the only Christian fiction genre that stands on its own like that.
You can get right now the Amish Love Divine box set. The entire box set. It is up there for $0.99, folks.
Oh
this
my
is they're not even a sponsor. I'm just a fan of the product. I'm telling you guys about a great deal. That's you can go check it out right now.
That's just a deal anybody can have.
The Amish Firefighter's Widow.
That's
the
not
Amish
possible.
Bachelor's box set.
You can't be an Amish firefighter.
Wait, an Amish firefighter.
This is our parents. These are our parents' books.
Oh no! I say Chandler's showing me a link full of
Their imprint is called Realms, and I'm looking at
Realms.
for sale.
My gosh.
Well over a dozen of these Amish
Realms is the imprint that they own.
Yeah.
Realms is the Strang imprint.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love this so much. I could not love this more. Your parents are part of the problem and the solution. Actually,
They're deep
I am
into it.
never coming back. I like you've lost me for this show, so you guys can keep talking, and I've got a whole other thing to do right now.
Eddie, you looking with the titles you see, which is the one that you're like, honestly, I might read that.
Oh, I might truly read a lot of these. Amish Widow's Secret, where she is clearly very pregnant.
Wait, how many widows are there in Amish land? Lord.
Their son's Amish baby.
Eddie, read me some back covers on these.
I'm trying desperately to find a look inside version so that I can start reading, so that I can read you guys an excerpt. I will get one before the end of the show, and I'm just going to hop in when things get very, very real. Is when I'm reading you an excerpt. So
I'd like you guys. I just texted an image of a cover to you, and I'd like to get some of your hot takes.
Okay.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh, the Amish matchmaker.
The Amish matchmaker, but it's
which
a nice
sounds like a
Amish
nice
lady
tale.
looking longingly at a golden retriever laying in a meadow.
and let's just talk about this design wise.
Yeah.
They photoshopped this where the golden retriever is up to
Larger.
basically her shoulder.
Yes,
Yeah.
so
this
it's
is
larger than she is.
Probably a 4.5 foot tall golden retriever here.
Yeah, and a very, very tiny Amish woman.
And there is no way that the author's name is Emma Moss, because literally that is just a bunch of the same letters that they rearranged, and somebody in-house is writing this book.
Oh, it is
Emma Moss is not a person.
truly incredible.
I know I said earlier, Annie, that you don't need to switch publishers for this. But now that we know that Realms is out there and you have some connections,
That's what I'm saying. I'm in Orlando in just a few days.
and I gave you a great idea. I just pitched you my
Right.
concept. I feel like you could be, and based on my understanding of these books, they kind of write themselves. To be honest, I don't think it's going to take a whole lot of work on your part.
Right. Well, I got to at least come
storyboarded
up with
something on the
something.
wall.
I bet there's not a lot of research that goes into
No.
Amish fiction. I bet it's just other Amish fiction.
Based
Or
on the
fu-
knowledge there's an Amish firefighter novel, I would guess they don't know a whole. They're not really embedded in the Amish community for these. This isn't
Wait,
Jonathan
but there's
Franzen that we're
fires
talking
in
about here.
Amish land, so there's got to be firefighters, right? They
yeah,
don't just
but-
go let
We're
the
well
barns
outside of
burn.
my.
yeah, they
just
have
gonna
like
let the barns
they
burn.
have like
fires are a big deal in Amish world. You got to have firefighters.
What do
Yeah,
they?
but
What machinery do they
It would be
use?
a horse-drawn carriage, just like in the
Buckets?
1800s, where they'd have like a big old
pump system?
like a pump
Yeah.
well, or like a barrel on the
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
Very tiring.
They don't.
Fire.
Everything about Amish that I've researched for my new novel seems very tiring.
Very
Nothing
tiring.
about being an Amish person seems restful.
no, and then you have to sleep on a mattress stuffed with hay and stuff. You've
Yeah.
got back problems. You're working all day. No
Right.
wonder the romantic fantasies are so important in their community.
Yeah, but they're only making you 99 cents per novel. So you have to write a lot of these books to turn
Yeah.
any sort of profit.
I mean, that's kind of the problem when books go on sale. You go, well,
But I
there's
don't
my
think many
life's
of your
work.
I
for
don't think many of your
99
books are
cents.
going for less than $1, Annie. I think you
We
can.
may have some 99 centers out there at certain good times of the year.
Oh well, Christmas is
But-
coming. I hope so.
Yeah, I know.
stocking stuffers for the
When
rest of
can
the
we
family.
get some Amish fiction writers on the show, Cameron? That's what we need. Let's get a panel of Amish fiction authors to come.
We have you. You are.
I'm enough. I'm panel
the
enough.
woman
Okay.
who brought it back from the brink.
Scottish Amish.
I'm sorry, you guys. I know you guys have been talking about some interesting stuff, but this is literally my New Year's resolution: is to spend just 2019 just reading these books.
Oh, don't make promises you're not
By
going to keep.
candlelight. Stop using power.
Yeah, you gotta be in handmade breeches and read by candlelight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Benjamin Franklin.
I may lose my job over this. I may lose a lot because of the commitment that I'm going to make to burn through these books. I
have had a dream of launching a relevant podcast book club, and I think this is it.
Oh,
I mean, it's a very easy one to get on board with.
How does that even
99
work?
cents
We
for the
just
whole
tell
box set.
everybody
There's
which
the year.
Amish fiction novel to read. We
And then
all
tweet
read
about
it. We tell them an
tweet
end
it.
date, and then we say everybody has to have this read by February 1st, and then we talk about it.
And then we
But
bring in
what
a
if
caller.
You got to pre-read the book, because I don't know how to ask this delicately. Cameron, do you know what I'm trying to ask here about these books?
I don't.
How intimate do they get?
Oh no!
Hold up.
Eddie,
don't
it's
wanna
right
say
there in the
weird. 50
title.
Shades of
It's
Grey and a
100
bonnet.
Days to Passion.
They're
That's
Christian romance novels.
Yeah, they're Amish fiction. The ones I have read in my younger days were rated as G could be.
You were
Okay.
talking some light hand holding.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's like the big payoff.
Like a Hallmark movie where they kiss one time at 1 hour and 57 minutes of a 2-hour movie. That's about what you're working with.
If they kiss in these, I will be shocked. I will pay you back. I will refund your purchase of these
Side
books.
hug at
Because
the
you
end.
didn't get the kissing that you wanted.
She has an Amish secret. Of course, there was kissing. She was.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Well,
she was pregnant.
I think it may come out. I think the book picks up well after the kissing.
Oh. When she's remorseful for the kiss that led to the secret.
Yeah.
Got it.
This was written by a gentle woman. She's not here to
I
divulge
saw,
anybody.
Classy
Brother
lady.
Joseph hoisting up the barn. I was unable to.
Oh, boy. No, we can't do this.
Wait a minute. What is hoisting up the barn? Is that an
Like opening
Amish
the barn
term?
door or something?
Yeah, they have a barn raising.
Yeah.
They get together
Yeah.
and raise
Oh,
the
yeah.
barn.
Oh, I know you're
Also,
talking
there's
about.
not a single person who's ever been to a barn raising that called it a barn raising. Come on. Be better
What
than that.
what do they call it in your home?
A raisin. The's no G.
Is that what they're going to call it in your
Yes,
Scottish
the
novel?
only reason I know is it's outlined in my novel, The Barn Raisin.
Barn raisin. You have to get a lot of R's in there to really make sure, really go over the top. for your
Paging
current
Jesse
audience.
Carey, we have
Yeah.
gone off the rails.
This is a Jesse Carey show. Just 25 minutes on the minutia of the weirdness of the world.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. All right. Well, moving the show along, it is time for slices.
Slices.
All right. What do you have, Tyler?
Okay, so this is I'll be interested to hear everybody's takes on this. A Chinese researcher claims, and note that this has not been independently verified yet, but a Chinese researcher claims that he has helped make the world's first genetically edited babies.
What?
Two twin girls in China whose DNA he said he altered in utero to help make them resist possible future infection with the AIDS virus.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Why did he pick that? I mean,
Again, what did you Google to get you to such a thing as this? Okay, keep going.
I'm dialed in. He revealed on Monday, researcher He Jiankyu said that in Hong Kong,
you kind of brushed right over that pronunciation.
Yeah, well done.
He's
I just slid through. Slid
it right through.
According to the AP, if true, it would be a profound leap of science and ethics. This kind of work is actually banned in the United States because DNA changes can pass to future generations and obviously risks harming other genes in ways that we can't predict or know about right now. And in fact, some mainstream scientists have denounced the report as human experimentation. But it seems like this is probably like the direction that we're headed. Like,
yeah, it is.
Today, you're starting with like just like making a little alteration to help make them more resistant to diseases. But then, like, obviously, the like next phase is like, well, I want like a blonde kid, or I want
Designer
an athlete,
babies.
or
yeah. designer babies is inevitable. I mean, because, you know, it, like you said, it'll start with quote unquote ethical decisions of like giving them, you know, like we have a history of cancer in my family, so we can alter the DNA so that my child won't get cancer. That's where it starts. And then it's like, well, I want strong and I want this gene and I want tall. And then designer babies. It's inevitable, man.
It's like Nephilim, right? And then whether in the Bible, the
angel,
half angel, half
babies.
human.
I wonder if it's so the ethics are so hard to parse here, because I can understand you wanting your kid to not have heart disease. Like my grandpa passed away young of heart disease. So did his dad before him. I don't want to pass that gene on to my kids. So if you can go in and snip it out, that doesn't seem like that big of a deal. But obviously the ethics get very, very murky very quickly, and are probably murky even in the situation of wanting to prevent diseases. That opens up lots of questions about privilege.
I mean, there's a circle of life component here that if we keep elongating human life, like, you know, there's seasons for a reason. There's a rhythm to it. Their lives end after a while for a reason. And if we keep genetically altering things to kind of have eternal life on Earth, it's a slippery slope, you know.
But I don't quite understand why, because haven't we already done that since penicillin was created, and then heart surgery, and then basically every other thing we have done to improve the life of humans? Like, I'm not saying I agree with what I'm saying, but it is sort of like, but it does kind of strike me as, isn't this the next step in doing what we've always been doing, which is trying to harness science to improve humanity? And isn't there an argument to be made that science could be given to us by God? It's not like we were so smart that we created it. Like, this is the next chapter of what we're able to do.
That's a very interesting take, Eddie. I'm not being sarcastic. That was very interesting. I hadn't even thought about that. It just can't, but it can't be right that we're altering humans before they exist. Right? I mean, they exist. I'm not doing the when is a baby conversation.
Everything inside me agrees with you, except for then I can just easily put it on a continuum of logic that I'm completely fine with.
Yeah, no, it's you're making a valid
I think it's interesting
point. I just, at what point are we playing God? I mean, is having heart surgery playing God? You know, if like natural selection would say that you have a weak heart, you should have died, and then we fix it. I mean, you're right. Are we playing God by trying to prolong human life and well-being? You're right. It's a strange conundrum.
Been comfortable with playing God in some different ways for a long time, and we've rationalized those because we progress and we move forward. But I guess everything is on a continuum, right? There's a this has gone too far.
Eddie, artificial insemination is a common and applauded practice, but it's like biologically these two people couldn't conceive, so then we play God, do it in a dish, and then, you know, it's a tough moral question that we're asking now. I mean, because you're right. I mean, there is no difference in artificial insemination and maybe genetic DNA manipulation of an embryo. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, vaccinations, I mean, that's designed to make you resistant to sickness. So it's essentially just like a more like
it's an in vitro vaccination.
Vaccinations, in my mind, are just a planned exposure to a naturally occurring virus to build up. But if we're talking about genetic
alteration for the same purpose to avoid sickness, when you know what I mean? Like, what's the difference?
Not wrong.
Don't use medication
in terms of, you know what I mean? Like,
just
the bigger
put the resistance into the DNA strand versus injecting it later.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know.
That's fascinating.
Well, I mean,
where's the line, I guess?
Do you remember, I mean, back, I don't know, Tyler, if you were on with us then, but in our, what was it? It was 2010. It was our 50th issue or something like that. And maybe it was our 10th anniversary. I don't know. Somewhere along, we looked ahead 10 years, like kind of the world of 2020. And we talked to like bioethicists and Christian thinkers and futurists and stuff. And they talked a lot of, and we talk about it on the show all the time. I mean, it was really challenging to think about that things are progressing so rapidly. Christians aren't thinking about massive ethical conundrums that we will be faced with shortly. This is one of them, you know, like, and this is back in 2010, they were genetically manipulating, you know, livestock, you know, as experimentation and stuff like that. And the slippery slope is obviously human, to go to human manipulation, like we're talking about now. But they were also talking about 3D printing and bio 3D printing. And we've talked about that on this show, where it's like, you can print biological flesh with a 3D printer. So it's like you can.
I've seen that on Grey's Anatomy. Just so
you can print somebody a new ear. You can print somebody an arm that they might have lost, or beating heart. And it's like, okay, at what point, if we keep replacing and improving all of these body parts and prolonging life, I mean, what happens? I mean, are we 50%, artificially made biological material? At what point are we not human anymore? And that's what the bioethicists are talking about, is like, what is the definition of humanity and the soul in all of this?
Yeah. And I get all of that. I also just have to ask myself, are we even able to outrun God when it comes to our own ability to do these kinds of things? And everything in me says, like, no, this is not, God would not be, I don't think God is shocked by the nature of things that we try to do as a species. Like, it all feels like this is all might be very small compared to the actual just miracle of existence. Does that make sense?
But I think there is. You could look into the Bible for examples of God. I think of like the Tower of Babel, and God intentionally confusing people's languages because something very small that we would not consider to be that big of a deal was resulting in changes to the course of human destiny that God didn't think was right for humanity to take. And the lesson I take from that is that while all of this does exist along a continuum, like you said, all these medical improvements, scientific improvements to us exist on a continuum, that there are severe ethical and spiritual repercussions to these things. I think of like the Tower of Babel, where God intentionally confused human progress because things were the fate of humanity was going in a direction that God didn't think was good for humans to achieve. So we were confused, and so I do think that yes, scientific progress exists on a continuum, and I think penicillin is in the same line as what we're talking about now, but there is a line, I think, biblically, and I don't know where that line is necessarily.
Yeah, that's what I want you to say, is if you think it exists, where is it?
I don't know. And I think it's true that I don't mean to pass the buck here, but there are people who study these things. There are ethicists who think about stuff like this. And I don't know how many ethicists are being paid a lot of money by these huge scientific corporations to say that's not a direction you should go in right now. That seems a little bit unlikely to me, and I think there should be, because I think that there are people who study morality and bioethics and who have thought about these things a lot more than I have and are a lot smarter than me and should be weighing in here. But that's
until we get them happening. Just keep going.
Yeah, well, this would be where we hit the Ask Science Mike button, but unfortunately, Jesse is the holder of the button, so
we have got to get that button from him while he's on vacation.
Yeah, my thing is just the line keeps moving, and you're right. Like we need to find, like, where does the line stop moving? We're just inching it, and you're right. From the medieval days till now, the line keeps progressing. But like, at what point are we playing God and it's not okay? And I don't,
because some of the line is good. We've gotten healthier and we've discovered things, and we're able to save lives that matter and we need to. Yeah. But at some point, the line gets to a place where, like you said, Cameron, we are playing God and we are actually controlling versus helping. And we've got to, I mean, let's go there, Counselor Eddie. Where's the line between controlling and helping?
But I feel like what I hear in all this and what I feel like I see in the dialogue over and over again is we have collectively hit a brick wall with this conversation of the genetically changing of human beings. There's something that we are collectively not in agreement over. Yeah. And we progress, or we never hurdle this together, right? But while we are kind of running into this wall together and having these kinds of conversations, it's probably wise to err on the side of just not going for it yet until we're on all agreement. Because we also look back in history and we see like the role of the role and view of women, even just in the Bible, being very different than it is now. So it's like obvious that humanity progresses. We have a progressive hermeneutic out of Scripture. And this can be one of those kinds of things, right? Like we can just sit in not having the answer, knowing that maybe at some point we will, or it's just never, like maybe God designed the stopgap for us where we can never we can never hurdle the
Interesting. So maybe maybe as long as we're discovering what God intends for us to discover. Is that what you're saying? And that at some point there will be what we can't discover is our line.
Right. Like, do we ever really know if they're aliens? It's one of those kinds of, that's a very silly one, but that's just one of those, like, maybe we just will never discover that because God just never intended it. It was never addressed in scripture. We'll just actually never know if there are aliens. And so we hit this wall, and I don't think that God is surprised by the wall, but I think we also have actually really bumped up against something that is worth at least pausing over until we're in a collective agreement. And maybe we will be in collective agreement, and we'll look back 100 years from now and this will look like penicillin. Like, of course my kids aren't going to have AIDS because that was old timey that was even a possibility.
Right.
But maybe not.
Man.
And I think until we know, like, I think it sounds like part of the problem in this particular instance is that there's a lot of unforeseen. There's been a lack of research and experimentation over doing things like this or attempting things like this because we don't know what's going to happen to these kids. We don't know how keeping somebody from getting AIDS, which could be a very noble thing to do, could affect them down the line. And I also think this opens up a lot of important questions about, like, well, then who gets to determine what their babies lives are going to be like and who doesn't? Is this going to be something that is this only those who can afford it? And these are questions that I don't think many people are asking, which isn't to say that it doesn't disprove any of your points, Eddie. I don't think it just means that there's unintended consequences.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that was the longest first slice.
Yeah, I feel like we got to the bottom of that.
Yeah. Luckily, we solved it. Eddie, I'm forever going to be thinking about if the line is where we can no longer discover. That is thought provoking, like an Amish novel.
Speaking of which, I would like to yield my slice time to.
Oh, no.
No, keep going, Cameron.
Oh, he said
no. I'm saying, no, I know where you're going.
Cameron's leading. You lead the show. Sorry, I'll be quiet now.
Wait, all right, here we go. What do you have, Eddie?
A reading from Lily's Longing.
No.
Lily's Longing, an Amish romance. Chandler,
Lily's
my music,
Longing?
please. Shh. Gabriel almost chuckled as he walked away from the bakery. It was a nice feeling to be fought over by two such pretty girls such as Daisy and Iris, even though he knew he hadn't encouraged it. A small twinge of something like guilt threatened, but he ignored it. He was innocent. He used to be humbler, back in his younger days when he was all arms and legs, gangly and pimply. But after he turned 17, he'd filled out, and his skin had cleared up. Suddenly, girls that had never... Suddenly, I gotta get back into character. Suddenly, girls that had never paid him any attention were going out of their way to talk to him and bat their eyelashes at him. It hadn't taken him too long to figure out that they were attracted to him for his newfound good looks. A reading from Lily's Longing, an Amish romance. That's my
Lily's
slice.
Longing. That one may get feisty. That would maybe barn murder.
What I didn't read in the next paragraph would overwhelm you. Like nobody could handle how hot it was about to get.
I want to know. You have to read it.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, are you serious?
After a tease like that,
don't change our rating in the iTunes store.
So, however, instead of repelling them, he encouraged their attention and then walked off, leaving them to gawk after him. See, he's asking for it. He knows what he's doing to Lily, and Lily knows too, but it's a love that can't be spoken. Also, I'd like to thank Chandler for putting in that perfect music behind it.
I feel like I'm in the Frontierland at Disney World.
I think that's what this is. This is just like Christian cosplay weird frontier, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is just
100%.
Chandler, you know about all this. You're super into all that stuff.
Eddie, I don't think it's cosplay. I mean, if we went, Jesse and Adam Smith and I drove up to the Creation Museum in Kentucky, and it was full of like groups of people in like Amish clothes, like like school groups or something. I think this is just their world.
They were Amish people.
I don't think they were cosplaying.
Or they were like Mennonite or something,
just very traditional.
Yeah. I don't think this is being consumed by the Amish population. I think everybody but the Amish is pretty into this.
Yeah, I would imagine the Amish are not reading this.
Why?
It's sold at airports.
But they can read printed words. That's not too much tech, right?
Probably depends on the Amish person.
I don't think you believe even what you're saying. I think you know that that the majority of the readers of this are just really in the depths of repression. Like there is just a certain repression in their soul that brings them to Gabriel.
What is romantic about like the prairie? And why is it a whole genre specifically around Christian
about
books?
The prairie?
It's
I didn't know myself. I had no idea until Eddie's voice really worked a number on me over here. And I was surprised to feel the emotions that I felt during that little reading there.
I get it as a series. I get it as a book, but as a genre, it's just so singular. It is Christian Amish romance novels, and there are hundreds of them.
Yeah, and they're all super clean. So
I'm a little surprised PureFlix hasn't gotten into this market.
Because Hallmark is, there's a whole, their number one series is one of these. It's called Wind Calls the Heart. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
I like it.
Is it Christian or just Amish?
It is frontier.
Okay.
It is set in Canada in the 1800s. And it's Mounties. So it's not Amish. It's
as she said herself, preparing the dough for her soft molasses cookies.
Oh,
she
so
sent
soft.
up a prayer for wisdom and patience, both for herself and her sisters. Both the baking and the prayer never failed to soothe her. She'd gotten into the practice of praying.
But what's her longing? When do we find out what the longing is? Is it the longing for the strapping young man?
Herr Gott, she murmured as she molded the dough into balls and plopped them on the cookie sheet. Please show them that they need to be allies, not competitors. Give them love in their hearts, not rivalry. A reading from Amish Romance, Lily's Longing.
Oh my God.
That's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
A lot of people ask me what the next podcast venture will be. It will just be reading these books into a microphone. That is the whole. It's just going to be the audiobooks of these.
I think. Don't those exist? I mean, audible.com, right?
Yeah, Audible.
But not with this certain panache that I think I bring to it. Taking the most innocent of statements and making them just really questionable.
You did. You did.
Feel gross.
Yeah.
Your audio interpretation of what's happening on the page took me to a place I don't think the author intended.
Right, because
You have left the author's intention for sure. If you want to talk about the sliding scale of nature, you've ruined it. What you just did to that Amish fiction
is well over the line of scientific progress in terms of audio reading.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
Eddie reading about the soft dough balls. I'm done. We're done.
Yeah. There will be another reading before the end of the show. We've got stuff to do, though, I'm sure.
All right, what do you have, Annie?
Well, listen, as y'all know, this week is our live show.
That was my slice. I've never been so proud. That really was my slice. That's it. It won't get any better. Keep going. Sorry, Annie. We're a live show.
Tyler and I will both be flying to Orlando. And there, I found this to be fascinating because I fly a lot. So I go through a lot of security lines. And last week at the Atlanta airport, an 11-year-old boy got through security, got all the way to an airplane and got on an airplane before anyone realized he had no ticket. And he was just pretending to be in the family he was with. And got all the way on the airplane. Does that blow y'all's mind at this point? That a kid could
figure out how.
He even got interviewed by a TSA agent, which this is terrible. But somehow the guy said, "Oh, that's my family up there," or somehow convinced the TSA agent that the 11-year-old kid, that he was an 11-year-old kid with that family, and he got all the way through to the airplane.
So this wasn't a Home Alone situation where the kid accidentally wanders on to the wrong airplane.
No.
This kid
He
had
took
a
a bus
mission.
to the airport.
This was a saboteur.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
I'm just amazed. Like, I didn't know of places when I was a kid. I kind of like the farthest place for me was Disney, and it was 2 hours from where I grew up. I couldn't imagine. I just am amazed that the kid has a sense of like, I gotta get out to LA.
Gotta get out of here.
And also knew the inner workings of an airport to know how to kind of work the system to get through.
That's a great
Right?
point. I actually buried the lead there.
Sidle up to a family, get to the
Were they running away? Like, did they run away from home or
No,
something?
there's
What was
so
going
the
on?
interesting thing is that the articles, the two I read, don't have a reason behind the kid. It's just that he's back safely with his family, and so he didn't ever get interviewed about why he did it or why he was at the airport. But I just like to think that like there's a point in my life. I mean, when I was, when we were little, you could go all the way to the gate with people, and one of my favorite things used to be reading where everyone else was flying. So to me, it's just kind of like, let's go to the airport. I'm going to hop a bus to the airport and I'm just going to go read where everyone's flying and I'm going to pick one. Cause it's like, this is what happens when you let people play Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Cause then I knew Lima, Peru.
Yeah,
I would have known
true.
Lima, Peru if I wouldn't have landed there on accident repeatedly on Carmen Sandiego and missed winning the game.
I don't know if you need a reason when you're a kid to run away from home to like stage some sort of, it's kind of like George Mallory, when he summited Everest, he just said he wanted to do it because it was there. I think that's probably what the kid's getting at here and here running away. But I'm shocked that he pulled it off.
Right. It has a Home Alone feel to it, doesn't it?
Well,
like, how did you set up that entire party full of stand-up characters, right? That's how I've always wondered about Home Alone.
I think he had an inside man. I think someone on the TSA, I think he had wrangled somebody over to his side. I don't think you could do this. Is not a one-person job.
No, I disagree. I like the crush of people waiting there. Like, he just sidles up to a family. Dad walks up, hands 5 tickets to the TSA guy. All the kids are in tow. He just glances over at him. Yeah, the numbers don't add up. But I mean, if he walks off with that family, and same getting on the plane. But the kid had to have known he had to maneuver it that way. That's the crazy thing. It's a very sophisticated plan.
Well, I wonder when he got
impressive.
Caught. When did he get busted?
Like
when he was getting onto the
seat.
plane. When he was getting onto the plane, they asked to see his ticket and he just kept pretending to be with the same family. And finally they were like, show us your ticket. And apparently the family hadn't realized until they were getting on the plane that this kid was pretending to be part of them. And he turns around, they turn around and say, this kid isn't with us. And they pulled him off the plane. He got all the way on the plane.
Hey, what are they doing? Like walking up and down the aisles on the plane, asking for your tickets, like it's an old train. They don't do that.
I don't know. Maybe they were like, okay, this plane should have 55 passengers. Ooh, we had 56 get on, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. If it's a fully loaded
like
flight,
sitting in a seat, and someone walks up, and that's my seat. Then they're like, "Let me see your ticket."
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
All right. Well, there you go. That was the Strangest Slices segment ever. Genetic
and
manipulation,
we didn't even need Jesse.
Amish reading.
We did it without Jesse.
And a
we
kid
got super
running
weird
away.
without him.
We
There
can
you go.
destroy the show all by ourselves.
Yep. Stay tuned. Up next, Lauren Daigle joins us. Listening to Victor with an exclamation point. The song is You Got Mine. At the beginning of the podcast, you heard Fly Felix with Beautiful Animal. Well, last month, Lauren Daigle released one of our favorite albums of the year, Look Up Child. Not Look Up Chandler, Look Up Child. The album saw unprecedented success for a worship project, and since its release, Lauren has appeared on shows like Ellen, The Tonight Show, Rolling Stone Magazine, Relevant. Just putting us in there. When we spoke to Lauren about the album, the story was so compelling, we made it the cover story of our most recent issue. And now we're excited to have the opportunity to share a piece of that interview with you. Here is part of our conversation with Lauren Daigle.
I hear you say, look up, child. Hey, look up, child.
Listening to this, there were parts where, honestly, like I kind of forgot it was a worship record, but I mean that in a really, I mean that as a compliment, because there are parts where it just didn't sound like worship I had heard. It honestly sounds, I think, super different than your last record, and it just has like it feels so much more distinct, and a lot of the stuff felt like things I wouldn't hear in a church or in like a traditional worship setting. So was that, I guess my question would start there, was that something that you were being intentional about? Like what kind of was going into this that were you trying to differentiate, I guess, from the stuff you were doing in 2015?
Yeah. Well, it really came from a place of, I was thinking about the live setting a lot. You know, when I wrote the first record, I had never toured before. I didn't know anything about that. And when you get used to singing a certain way every single night or performing a song a certain way every single night, you kind of learn what you love and what you don't love. And so I remember being on stage and just feeling like, there's the message I love, but I don't know if the delivery is necessarily what I want to do for forever, you know?
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like just learning the things about your art that you enjoy and then the things that you want to change or want to embark upon in a different way. So for me, it was the live setting. I wanted a band that like kind of felt like back home. I'm from Louisiana, and you know, you go into any music place in Louisiana and it is alive. Like it is alive. And so, you know, you sit on the street corner in New Orleans and there's a trombone player playing something funky, and then like the saxophone leans in and says, "Oh yeah, let me tell you what I think about that." And then the drummer's like, "Well, let me set both of you straight." And there's just this communication and this energy, and it's so much fun. And so we studied a lot of the old greats like Andrea Crouch and Lauryn Hill and Aretha Franklin, and who passed today, which is so sad.
Yeah. Oh
and
my gosh.
Roberta Flack, and just some of these people that could steal a moment with simplicity. They, you know, sitting at a piano and just singing like it was profound, but also put like a bunch of energy and background vocalists and like great groove and soul elements behind them, and they soar in that space as well. So that was the intentionality behind the sound of the record. I told my producers I want to sweat when I get off stage. I just felt like only part of me was being delivered in my art, and there's this whole other side, this Louisiana soul element, that communication between the instruments and the vocalist that I was really missing.
I'm losing my religion. I'm losing my religion. I'm losing my religion. I'm losing my religion to find you.
That's cool. So, but I kind of want to nail that down a little more. That's super interesting. What parts of you do you think come out in this one that maybe haven't come out in the past?
I think we took a little like more artistic liberties that I was really excited about. Like, it's not necessarily that we, you know, set out to run away from How Can It Be or anything like that.
Right.
It was really genuinely just the place that I was in, and I missed kind of the Louisiana. Like when I was home, I was in multiple bands and like one worship band that I would lead worship every Sunday, and then kind of like a soul funk band as well that I would sing out on the weekends. And I just missed the essence of that energy in the sound as well. So we took some artistic liberties, and we recorded, first of all, we recorded with an orchestra, which was super profound. Like, I've never had that experience at all. But the reason why was because, you know, in Louisiana, if you have an instrument, you're communicating. It's not tracks that are driving everything.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to be sensitive and not make this record track heavy, but make it really more instrument heavy, like in real time, raw time. And that's what you'll hear on the record is like actual strings, actual live orchestra, and piano players, and we have a horn player. We did some trombone, trumpet stuff on there, and yeah, just lots of instruments that were really special.
With every step that I take, you are before and behind me. In every fear that I face, oh, I'm constantly finding you're my covering. I'm safe.
That's cool. I feel like when you're listening, it kind of creates this everybody in the same room feeling, where I think some records you can tell like everything was kind of recorded in bits and chunks and separate and then all mixed together. And whether it actually happened that way on this record or not, I mean, I think it all sounds harmonious and of a piece and interactive and responsive in a cool way. And I'm wondering, lyrically, does that pull out different themes and subjects? Does when you know that this is going to be the backdrop of the words, does your mind go to different places?
It's kind of funny because the words come, with just a piano, and then we actually made, because I wanted it to be super timeless, like what you're talking about, recorded all in the same room. I like really wanted to go as timeless with all of this as possible, where in 20 years people could still say, oh, this is relevant. And 20 years ago it could have been relevant, And so we decided to write an entire record, just piano vocal, with the lyrics and stuff, and send that in to the label instead of a demo with like this beefed up track, because we wanted all the production elements to supplement the integrity of the song. So I say that background to say we had to make sure that the lyrical depth was potent, and that it wasn't covered just by instrumentation, but that it actually had height and width and expansion, and that there was emotion and vulnerability that was captivated. But we tried our best to keep everything just like a prayer, like what I would be saying to God if I was just sitting in my room,
Yeah.
And that way, like a lot of times I think with music is for people that don't write music but really have an expression that they want to give out, the thing that to me that's the most pure is just giving them a prayer to sing, like words in their mouth that they knew were there, but they just didn't know how to access. And so that's what it is for me. That's what songwriting is for me. And that's kind of how the lyrics connected to the sound.
That was Lauren Daigle. Make sure to go check out her new album, Look Up Child, and be sure to read the cover story with her. You can check it out at relevantmagazine.com, or you can pick up the new issue at newsstands nationwide. Go check it out.
You will have a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck bells with bells of holly rocking around the Christmas tree. Have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
You're listening to She and Him. The song is Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Oh, remember when Zooey Deschanel wasn't just an actress and New Girl and Elf, but she actually sang songs? I miss those days. Okay, we're bringing it back. You guys asked for it, and it is back. Our listener of the week.
You listen to the show, and it's time to get to know you. It's the listener of
Feels
the
good.
week.
This
Feels
week,
good.
It's great.
we have been scouring you guys' nominations, where you nominate yourself, basically. You hit us up on Twitter with some interesting facts about yourself, and we choose one of you to come and join us on the show. This week, our listener of the week comeback edition is Todd Stanley. Welcome to the show, Todd.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Where are you calling us from?
I am calling from Indiana, Pennsylvania, which is not confusing at all.
Which one?
Todd, you know I've been there.
I know. How are you, Annie?
I'm great.
Wait.
Hi, Todd. This is Eddie. I used to be on the show. I have a question. Now, you've been you knew that Annie had been to Indiana, Pennsylvania?
Yeah, she's been to my church.
Yeah, see?
Oh,
wow.
So that's a real statement. Wow, there you go.
I'm there. And Todd, the part I knew it was you because in your thing you said from the hometown of Jimmy Stewart. And do you guys know, show guys, every crosswalk when it tells you to walk is not the normal voice. It is Jimmy Stewart's voice on all the crosswalks.
It is.
Is it actually his voice, or is it like an impersonator doing, oh, you can walk now?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great question.
I'm not sure. I mean, I think that they cobbled together the phrase so that so I think it's actually his voice, but
All right.
I don't know that he ever said, the 7th Street walk sign is on to cross North Philadelphia Street. I don't know that he ever actually said that, but
things are crazy over there in Kentucky, Ohio.
Okay, so your interesting facts. First one, I once played cowboy poker in a rodeo. Cowboy poker in a rodeo.
Yeah.
What is that? Because Annie is a cowgirl extraordinaire, so she
Right?
probably knows. But please tell us
knows
what
already,
cowboy
yeah.
poker
And I'm
in
a
a rodeo.
notorious card shark, so I know what poker is. But I don't know what the two are together.
So basically, it's they set a bunch of guys around a card table in the middle of the rodeo arena, and then they let a bull out, and the last guy sitting at the table wins.
Oh,
And so so I was trying to impress a girl. Well, I'm married to her now, so I guess it worked.
it worked.
But
Well done.
so we're at this rodeo, which is not really my thing, but we were with some friends and we were at the rodeo, and they say, they want volunteers for this thing and you can win some money. And so I go and, I'm dressed in my normal attire, which is like Chuck Taylor's and a rock tee. And so this cowboy looks me up and down and says, do you know what we're doing? And I was like, oh, yeah, I think I've seen this before. It's cool. So they give me a flak jacket and a helmet. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I shouldn't have signed up for this.
A helmet.
Yeah. When anybody hands you a helmet after looking at you kind of questioningly, I'd say you're guaranteed
You
in
back
the
out.
wrong spot.
You
Yeah.
back
You
out.
say,
Wait a minute, a flak jacket? Are these bulls armed?
Well, just the horns, I suppose.
Okay.
Yes.
So they set us at this table, and it's me and 3 other cowboy extraordinaires. And the rodeo clown or bullfighter, whatever, comes up to us and says, all right, they're going to let the bull out and don't get hurt. That was essentially the instructions that we received. And so I'm sitting at this table, and I drew the short straw, by the way. So my back is to the gate where they let the bulls out.
Oh, my.
Yeah. And so they open the gate and let this bull out, and it just kind of runs around us. It doesn't do much. Like it butts the guy next to me, but he doesn't move. He just lets it hit him, which was strange. And so, so then that bull wasn't very great. So they run it out of the arena, and then you hear the announcer go, all right, it's time to bring in the A team. And the clown comes over to the table again and says, all right, when this bull comes out, he's going to come straight at this table. He's not going to slow down, and he will hurt you. So get out of the way. So at this point, my heart is pounding out of my chest, and I'm going, what did I sign up for? And so I hear the gate open, and I can hear this thing just barreling down at my back. Right. I mean, and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. I'm trying to, be brave and cool because, she's watching me. And I'm looking at the guy across the table from me, and his eyes are getting bigger and bigger, like saucers.
Oh my gosh. And your back is to the bull the whole time.
My back is to the bull, and I'm trying to kind of sneak a peek over my shoulder, but I can't really see what's coming. And I waited just as long as I thought I could possibly wait. And I take a step to my left, and when I do, the chair that I'm sitting in comes out from under me and goes about 25 feet up into the air. And at that point, I'm running faster than I think I've ever ran in my entire life, and jumped the fence out of the arena. And don't know really how close the bull got to me, but when I went back to my seat, the people who were sitting behind me asked if I actually got hit because it was that close. And so it was pretty crazy, and I don't think I would ever do it again, but it makes for a fun story.
And you got the girl.
And I got the girl. Yeah, which is, that's the whole thing.
If you had known what you were volunteering for, would you have still done it?
Probably so. I like to do those kind of things once in a while.
Clearly, because one of the other facts is I lost 2 teeth while leading worship.
Oof. Yeah.
How did that happen?
I have a guess as to how this happened, but I want to hear your story.
Yeah.
It's not quite as exciting as you might think. There was no blood involved. I actually had 2 teeth that didn't grow in when I was a kid.
Oh my God.
And so after I had braces, I had to wear this
I'm out.
partial for a while.
I'm out. You have all baby teeth, don't you? You're a grown adult normal man, but you have nothing but baby teeth.
Not as exciting as I think. We're getting into body horror here. This is like David Cronenberg.
So I had to wear this little partial that had 2 teeth on it until I could get my implants.
Oh gosh.
And
hey, Todd, you and I are identical. I had the exact same thing.
Yeah.
What?
Except for yours is 4.
No,
Good company.
Oh, really?
Cameron has nothing but baby teeth?
Cameron, you
No,
only have baby
I
teeth?
also was missing 2 teeth when the baby teeth fell out. There was nothing behind it, and had implants a partial until I got implants as an adult. Same thing.
What?
Yeah. So I'm in between songs, and I'm kind of talking to. It's at a youth retreat. We're out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah,
but,
you got to tune and talk. You got a lot of work to do.
Exactly.
You're doing kind of the breathy prayer voice.
Yeah, you're doing drop. You're doing drop
keyboard
T.
pad in the background.
Yeah, you're doing drop D tuning. You forgot your tuner, so you're having to do it by ear. But we got it.
I don't have a capo. Yeah, exactly. So
it's hard, man.
So I'm trying to talk to everybody and encourage everybody, and I was raised Pentecostal, so I'm getting a little loud.
Oh yes.
And as I'm talking, my teeth fly out of my partial plate flies out of my mouth, and I can see it in the air in front of me. Somehow I managed to catch it with my right hand, and I just shoved them back in my mouth and just kept going like nothing happened. But of course, everyone else saw that it happened. And so, you completely lose the room at that point. Everybody's just laughing.
Oh, for sure.
If Annie had a nickel for every time that happened to her while she was speaking,
You know that's right, Todd. Remember that time my teeth flew out at Summit Church in Indiana, Pennsylvania?
Exactly. So then everybody who didn't know that I had false teeth was like, I didn't know you had false teeth. And, you have to tell the story about 25 times later after the service is over.
That's right.
26 now. This podcast.
You sound like a sweet person that's okay with telling that story. You're just a kind, good man.
All right,
I'd probably pass it off. Teeth fly. Are you out of your mind? Teeth. You're seeing things. You're on drugs, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
So we do 3 facts. He sent 5. I'm going to skip over. I broke several federal laws at the Grand Canyon. We can assume.
We don't know. We don't know what happened.
And the last one is. You do some pretty okay impressions. We want to hear what you got.
Well, I've heard Jimmy Stewart enough at the crosswalks. I can pull off a pretty decent Jimmy Stewart.
All right, tell us.
Now, listen, Todd, before we get into this, do you want honest feedback on this, or you just want us to laugh and
Because
clap?
Eddie hurt this one guy's feelings who thought he was a good impressionist.
I did. I crushed a guy.
Well, and to be honest, that's where my pretty okay impressions thing came from. But we'll go for this anyway. But yeah,
Let's
honest feedback is fine. This is probably going to be awful.
You were so sweet. I can't do it. It's just a good man, good, respectable person. Yeah. All right. Let's hear it, Jimmy Stewart.
All right. Let's see. This is Jimmy Stewart.
Nope.
The North sign is on to cross North
He's taking off
Philadelphia
his
Street.
headphones and putting them down.
Take your time.
And he took off his headphones. All right.
I cannot hear these things.
I liked it, Todd. I'm kind of with you. You've heard the
it is
crosswalk
just-
enough times that you
it
can
is
just
somebody
dial
just-
right in.
Oh, it is somebody throwing bowling pins at my face. Just I can't even handle the pain. Sorry, it was probably really good. I couldn't handle it. All right, do you have another one?
No, not really. Mrs. Doubtfire, possibly.
Mrs.
But,
Doubtfire.
It's been a long time.
Okay.
So an impression
wow.
of a character,
Todd,
not
you don't-
Robin
you don't have
Williams.
to
That's fine.
dance for
That's
us.
fine.
No, just the character. Yeah,
All right,
no,
all
not
right.
Robin.
So you're doing an impression of Robin Williams.
It's a very
Doing an impression.
This
Yeah.
is gonna be great.
It's Inception.
Of a British
But
man.
it's a distinct
exactly.
voice. Like it's a very, specific to that
Sure.
character. So.
Yeah, sure. I got it.
All right. Mrs. Doubtfire.
All right, this is it. This is all I got. So I can't believe I'm doing this.
Todd, just put on this helmet, buddy. It's all going to be fine.
The bull's right in your back here, pal.
Just put on the helmet.
Sweet
I
boy.
can't even talk. Oh my god. Oh, hello, dear. That's about it.
Fine. That's fine. You did more than was necessary for us.
Yeah,
You didn't
That's
need to do that.
probably yes. That's more than enough. I'm
Good-
sure.
No, you
sport.
welcomed
Sure of
back
it.
the segment with real strength there.
Yeah, you did, Todd. You are a good man.
Todd, this will make more sense when you hear the full episode, but you sound sort of like somebody who could end up in the film adaptation of Annie's upcoming novel.
It's a Scottish Amish book. It's a Scottish
right, that's
Amish
right.
romance novel. Yeah.
I mean, they do have Scott, Todd. Don't y'all have Amish people near you in Indiana, Pennsylvania?
We do. In fact, all of the people from Breaking Amish were from a nearby town, about like 20 minutes away.
Really?
For the movie.
So if you were to try to write an Amish novel, you'd be able to because you've seen the environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. See, that's who's writing these guys.
A
It's
lot
Todd.
of what we're talking about is going to make a lot more sense in a second.
I saw a buggy tied up at the gas station the other day. That was pretty interesting. Like the horse was tied to the gas station sign.
What's the point? I guess they're just
I don't
getting
know.
snack
I don't know
food.
a lot about. I'm not a big car guy, but I don't think you need to fuel buggies.
I was pretty sure.
or horses, for that matter.
Questions.
That car is just 1 horsepower.
Wow.
Maybe they were using the car wash. Could you imagine just going
Oh my
through
gosh,
it?
just
That's how
taking a horse and a buggy through a car wash.
Yeah.
You guys actually get out and pull it through.
Yeah. Hey, Todd, thanks for joining us. Todd Stanley, everybody. If you want to follow him on Twitter, it's at @T_oddsoul. Todd Stanley. Thanks, man.
Todd, thanks for listening to
Yeah,
the show.
thanks,
Good
man.
to hear from you, Todd.
Have a great holiday season.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
You too.
All right.
what
Well,
a-
if
what a
you want to
sweet
be the listener of the week on next Tuesday's episode, hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast and tell us a few interesting facts about yourself. Now, here's the secret sauce: we want stories. We want your facts to lead to you telling us a story. So, hit us up with some facts
Which
about
Todd
yourself.
did.
And
Or
we really
some
do and
impressions.
really don't want impressions.
Running at his back.
It's like both.
I can't. I don't like them. It's not that I love Todd and I love all the people who've done it. I just don't like when people do voices of other people. It's just never.
It
And
just feels
Eddie does.
uncomfortable,
Eddie
too.
loves it.
Oh, I love it for the same reason you don't like it.
Yeah. What you love is what I don't like. It's the exact same
Right.
thing. Yeah.
Right.
Everybody does. Everybody has the same impersonation of. It happens with a few people, but with Jimmy
Yeah.
Stewart, where
Yeah.
they just say the name, like
Yeah.
I'm Jimmy Stewart.
I'm Jimmy Stewart. It's
Yeah.
like, well, that's not an impersonation.
How many times have I said? I was about to
funny.
say how many times have I said I'm Eddie Koffoltz, but I realized hundreds on this podcast. It's what I say every time. But most
Yeah.
people don't just
I don't
announce
think
their
Jimmy
own name.
Stewart had a podcast though.
Do you know the thing that terrifies me the most is someday someone's going to come on and do impressions of us.
Oh,
And that's what I don't feel. I'm scared of that.
Those of us who have distinct voices and or laughs
Right. I know.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
feel like
problem.
would be
maybe
a target.
it's just you, Annie.
Yeah,
But
it's just
I am
you.
not one who handles roasting all that great all the
No
time.
way. I have thin skin. You will
I'm
crush
too
this.
tender. I'm way too tender. I love surprises, not roasts.
Some of
That's
us
funny.
whose voices go up at the end of sentences sometimes without intending to. It's
Yeah.
super manly, and I don't think there's any point in making fun of it because it's not funny.
It's
Oh, my
always a
goodness.
crescendo with you.
Always a crescendo.
Hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast if you want to be our listener of the week next week. Hey, everybody, Friday, it's our live Christmas Spectacular, the Relevant Podcast Christmas Spectacular presented by Bright Peak. It's airing at 3 p.m. Eastern. If you want to join us in studio, you can. Just hit up the Eventbrite page that we set up and I've tweeted out. Look at our Twitter feed and you'll see the link to RSVP to join us if you want to. It'll be streamed on Facebook and on our site, and then the regular podcast will go out like normal next Friday or Friday afternoon. So join us for the live Christmas Spectacular this Friday. Lots of fun surprises in store. Yep.
Special guests like
it's
Jimmy
special
Stewart
guests, like
and Mrs. Doubtfire for just a second.
That's hilarious.
Todd, we're going to need you on Friday.
Dear boy.
Many thanks to Lauren Daigle for joining us. Hey, make sure to catch her in the new issue of Relevant. It's out now. It's a fantastic feature on her. Also, you can follow her on Twitter at Lauren_Daigle and go get her Christmas album and her new album. They're great. On that note, we'll wrap things up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Chandler String.
I'm Tyler Huckabee.
I'm Eddie Koffoltz.
And I'm Annie F. Downs.
We will see you on Friday.
For real, we'll see you.
Yeah, we will on
it's
Friday.
Great.
So beautiful.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
Olive Hesh slipped her arms through the sleeves of her green dress, pulled it over her head, and smoothed it down with her hands.
No.
After putting her white over apron on, she ran a brush through her long, light brown hair. Once her face was free of knots, once her hair was free of knots, she braided it and pinned it tightly to fit underneath her prayer cap. Her sister ran into her room. "You're going somewhere." She spun around to see Naomi's grim face. "I am. Don't tell Mom." The end. His Amish nanny, an Amish romance.
Relevant Podcast Network.